Good morning, everyone, and welcome to A Year in Miracles. Today we are on lesson 13, and I am outside, as you can see this morning. It's a beautiful morning here. So I'm going to go ahead and start reading this lesson with you. Lesson number 13 of A Course in Miracles. A meaningless world engenders fear. Today's idea is really another form of the preceding one, except that it is more specific as to the emotion aroused. Actually, a meaningless world is impossible. Nothing without meaning exists. However, it does not follow that you will not think you perceive something that has no meaning. On the contrary, you will be particularly likely to think you do perceive it. Recognition of meaninglessness arouses intense anxiety in all the separated ones. I know some of us were experiencing that earlier. It represents a situation in which God and the ego challenge each other as to whose meaning is to be written in the empty space that the meaninglessness provides. The ego rushes in frantically to establish its own ideas there, fearful that the void may otherwise be used to demonstrate its own impotence and unreality. And on this alone, it is correct. It is essential, therefore, that you learn to recognize the meaningless and accept it without fear. If you are fearful, it is certain that you will endow the world with attributes that it does not possess, and crowd it with images that do not exist. To the ego, illusions are safety devices, as they must also be to you who equate yourself with the ego. The exercises for today, which should be done about 3 or 4 times for not more than a minute or so at most each time, are to be practiced in a somewhat different way from the preceding ones. With eyes closed, repeat today's idea to yourself. Then open your eyes and look about you slowly, saying, "I am looking at a meaningless world." Repeat this statement to yourself as you look about. Then close your eyes and conclude with, "A meaningless world engenders fear because I think I am in competition with God." You may find it difficult to avoid resistance in one form or another to this concluding statement. Whatever form such resistance may take, remind yourself that you are really afraid of such a thought because of the vengeance of the enemy. You are not expected to believe the statement at this point, and will probably dismiss it as preposterous. Note carefully, however, any signs of overt or covert fear which it may arouse. This is our first attempt at stating an explicit cause and effect relationship of a kind which you are very inexperienced in recognizing. Do not dwell on the concluding statement, and try not even to think of it except during the practice periods. That will suffice at present. Remember when we, and that's the end of the lesson. Remember when we first read the preface of the lessons, it said some of these lessons you probably won't agree with and may actively resist. And in the lessons it said, that doesn't even matter. Just do them. Whether you agree with them or not, whether you feel resistance or not, doing them alone will make a difference. So today's lesson, lesson number 13, as preposterous as it might sound, is a meaningless world engenders fear. I am looking at a meaningless world, and a meaningless world engenders fear because I think I am in competition with God. And again, if those words are uncomfortable for you to use, there are words you can substitute. I personally like to substitute the word love for the word God, because in my world, God is love. So I would say a meaningless world engenders fear because I think I am in competition with love. And that sits with me much better. But do what is best for you, whatever your spiritual practice might be. And if you'd like to dive deeper and talk more about this, join us in our private Facebook group. And that's it. That's the lesson today, lesson number 13. Great to have all of you here. It's so good to see you. Hello, everybody. Great to be here. It's a beautiful morning here. Good morning, Francine. And you can hear the birds in the background. It's just such a gorgeous day. So enjoy this day wherever you are. I hope it is beautiful for you too. And I'll just share a little of this beauty with you right now. Just so pretty here. Anyway, have a great day, and I will see you all tomorrow morning with lesson number 14. All right, bye for now.